Hello, my name is Tiramisu, and you're here on Through the Cooking Glass, where we discuss the latest and greatest top chefs and their life. Today, I will be joined with Julia Child, and we will be discussing her latest autobiography, My Life in France. Julia Child's book, titled My Life in France, was co-written by her nephew, Alex Prudhoe. This interview was shot several years ago, and is one of my favorites. Enjoy! Hello, Julia. I'm so happy that you could come to the show. Thank you, Tirami. It's a pleasure being here. So, Julia, tell us about your childhood. I was born on August 15th, 1912, in Pasadena, California, and I was the oldest of two siblings. I enjoyed playing tennis, golf, and basketball. After high school, I went to Smith College and graduated with a major in history. I understand that you were in World War II. What did you do? Since I was too tall to enlist in the Army, I joined the defense system and worked as a research assistant. Later, I was posted in China. In China, you met someone special. Who was this person, and tell me a little bit more about him. I met Paul in Ceylon, China, as we were both Defense Department employees. We married on September 1st, 1940, and soon after we moved to France. How would you describe French food? Well, in my autobiography, My Life in France, I describe my first meal as the most exciting meal of my life and as absolute perfection. When you were experimenting with foods, what kind of food most interested you? I think the food that most interested me was mayonnaise because I spent the most time working with it. Explain your life after you moved to France. After I moved to France, my friend and I wrote a cookbook together. In the middle of the process, Paul and I moved around France, then Europe. Finally, when the book was published, I moved back to California. The cookbook was a big success. After you published your book, I understand that you started a TV show. How did that go? It went great, but it took me a while to get used to being a cooking celebrity. That sounds awesome. Do you think that your autobiography focuses more on your heart or your mind? I think it focuses more on my heart, or in other words, my love for French cooking. Like on page 18, where it talks about me tasting my first French meal, or on page 187, where it talks about how hard it was to leave France. But I think the page that in the book that best shows how determined I was to cook was on page 61 that talks about me in the cordon bleu. Thank you, Julia, for coming on my show. You're welcome. It was a pleasure to be here. Sadly, Julia Child died in 2004 of kidney failure. She will be missed by food lovers everywhere. See you next time on Through the Cooking Glass.